Straight ahead on Virginia Outdoor Life, we are off to Carolina where the bass are biting. We've got the how-to to make you a can-do largemouth angler. Plus, check out a sure thing, shore fishing in Virginia Beach. We'll be outdoors for the next half hour, so join us on Virginia Outdoor Life. Next. Hi, welcome to the show. This is Virginia Outdoor Life along with Captain Eric Burnley. I'm Bob Matthews. We're out here in Pungo. We got a nice little horse barn behind us. Not too interested in going out and trying that.
No steering wheel, no gas pedal, no Eric.
Okay, well, instead we'll stick to fishing, which is what we're going to start with this week. Go out and do a little bass fishing this week with our old friend Kurt Lytle. We went out with him last fall. We didn't have such great luck. Only caught 2 or 3 fish, but as you've said, it's really starting to pick up this time of year.
Spring is a real good time of year to get some nice sized bass, and Kurt's been doing very, very well on the tournament trail. So he should be primed up and ready to go. You should have a great trip.
Well, let's find out. We are headed south and we are headed west to check out what's going on in some of our favorite fishing holes. Down to Currituck County and we put in around Coinjock with Kurt. Now, Kurt, where are we right now?
We're near Coinjock Bay, and what I've done is I've chosen a set of canals that are protected from the wind, which is today appropriate.
Yeah.
Pretty windy day.
Yeah, a little rough coming down here.
Kind of a bumpy ride. Also because the bass in the springtime are either spawning or right now in May they're finishing up. So you want to be near the protected canals where the fish have migrated into. Now in the summertime they're going to migrate out, and just probably the next couple of weeks they'll start their migration back out again.
Now you were out here last night and you're telling our photographer Mike you caught 9, 10 fish out here in about an hour or so.
Yeah, in about an hour's worth of fishing, and there again weather changes and everything's different, but nevertheless we should see some action today.
We got a little wind. You think that might bother us a little bit today?
The wind it kind of stirs things up. It gets the fish moving. The bright blue skies, they aren't my favorite. That's an adverse condition there.
We got about 5 rods and reels out here, so what do we got?
I've just picked out a couple of things here. One being a shallow running crankbait, and I'm not sure how this is going to work for us today. It's good under bright sunny skies. I have high hopes for the spinnerbait right here. This hog collar spinnerbait's a 1/4 ounce with a small willow on the back of it. It's a fairly small bait because the fish in the springtime aren't looking for big baits. Mm-hmm. I've also picked out a Zoom Super Fluke here to imitate the bait fish that are in here with the spawning fish. And this has worked in a very erratic side-to-side action. And it stays shallow and it's fairly weedless. Also along the same lines is a Zoom floating worm or trick worm. And this is a standard for bass between spring and summer. Mm-hmm. Also, we're going to be fishing around shallow grass, which we'll see in just a little bit. And this does a really good job. And you can sink it down real slowly. Okay. And lastly, just to complete our setup here, we've got a Texas rigged ringworm, and this is good around the docks and shadier areas, which today there aren't that many shady areas, so we're going to try the other baits more than this.
Okay, well, I got everything set here, so let's see if we can catch us some fish.
We are in a set of canals in Currituck Sound, and there's a number of canals in here. They're all really, to me, all about the same. The key is they have to have this grass. Just a little bit of milfoil. It's Eurasian milfoil, and it actually hasn't been in Currituck for the last couple years. It is what made Currituck famous 10, 20 years ago. And now it's on its way back in, so the bass fishing is on its way back in too. Most of these fish are running about 1.5 pounds to 2 pounds. They're not, Currituck Sound doesn't have a whole bunch of 4 and 5 pound bass, more like the reservoirs do, right. But rather it's got pretty good numbers of fish. These fish here have a little tougher life. If they have to go for deep water, they're pretty much out of luck because there isn't any deep water in Currituck. Very, very limited deep water holes. And even, as a matter of fact, those deeper water holes get taken up by flounder and saltwater species.
We got us a catfish there.
We got a slimy
Go out looking
one.
for bass, we get a cat.
Okay, fella.
See ya.
I'd have liked to have found one of these open water weed beds loaded up with fish because it's just easy to throw too, and it's easy to see the fish striking. Whereas here, with the bright sunny skies, we're pretty much having to fish in the shade. There's one.
Oh, there we go.
Got him free of that tree.
He's going under the
see.
boat. He's not all that. He's got that big.
Pretty
Let's
fish.
see.
There we go.
Hey. Took us a while, but we finally landed one.
Pretty fish.
Not too shabby. How about that?
It's a little spawned out. You can see his belly's flat here instead of bulging.
Uh-huh.
So he's spawned out after springtime. But that's a keeper bass. There you go.
All right, here we go. Hey, this looks like a nice size one.
All right.
How about that?
Getting our numbers up.
Hey, we're hot, huh, Mike?
Nice.
What do you think there?
Pretty fish. He ate that spinnerbait.
He sure did.
Thought that spinnerbait would do some good. Well, no, that's too bad. I've been fishing a spinnerbait for a while, and you've been fishing a worm. We swap off and catch fish.
Go figure that one.
We need to swap off more often.
I'm telling you.
Very good.
All right, fella, we'll let you go back up a little bit more. Well, Kurt, we had to work for it, but we did get us a couple of them, although it took us a while.
It took us a little while.
What what was the reason for that today? We were talking about the wind shifting and the water going in and out all different ways.
Yeah, I guess just the dropping water level and the fact that these fish are post-spawn. They're kind of spooky. Nevertheless, I'm surprised when fishing is this tough. Exactly. But that's fishing. You can never tell. Last night I caught more fish in an hour than we caught in about 8 today.
Yeah.
A lot more in an hour than we caught in 8 today, and that's just the way they are. I think they were feeding up partly last night in order to hold off fast a little bit today.
Well, either way you go, it still beats being at home or being at work.
That it does. It's nice being out here and breathing the fresh air and smelling the fresh flowers.
Absolutely. And we'll do a lot better next time, we promise. You know, Kurt went out the night before to scout out our locations, did great, caught about 9 fish in an hour, which of course meant when we got out there, they're all full and they're gone. They're hiding somewhere.
All gone. He done spooked them off.
He really did. But hey, we had a good time. Even though we caught about 4 or 5 fish, we had a good time, and he promises the next time we go out, a whole boatload we come back
There
with.
you go. That's what I always tell my parties when we don't catch anything. Next time will be a lot better.
Good business practice.
That's right. That's right.
We got to take a break. When we come back, though, fishing from shore. Confused? You won't be if you stay tuned. That is next as Virginia Outdoor Life rolls on from Pungo. Welcome back to the show. We're here in Pungo this week, and you know, as you can tell, this wind has really been blowing lately, which has made it really kind of hard to get offshore and do some fishing.
It has, especially for those of us with smaller boats. But there's also fishing from shore in Virginia Beach. We did a piece a while back about fishing from shore in Norfolk and how
Right.
easy it was to have access. We got the same thing in Virginia Beach, so we're going to go out and try a couple places and see how we do.
All right, let's check it out.
All right, see what we have here. We have pinfish or pigfish or whatever you want to call it. We're going to call it let it go. They make good bait, but people tell me they're a bit bony to eat. I've never tried one, but I'll take their word for it. Pretty little fish. All right, this afternoon we're here at Rudy Inlet fishing along the bank. We had grandiose plans for the day. We were going to go hang gliding in North Carolina. We were going to go striper fishing at the 4th Island, and the northeast wind kicked up to 25 knots, gusting to 30, and so we're sitting here at Rudy Inlet. But what we want to point out is that even when the weather gives you a bad break, you can still go fishing around here, and there's a lot of places that you can go that don't cost anything or cost very little. So that's why we've come here to kind of show this off. What we're doing right now, we've just got a top-bottom rig. We've baited it with some bloodworm, and we're just sitting here taking it easy and casting out. And we hope to catch a croaker or something. We caught that pinfish. Now down on the other side there by the Lighthouse restaurant, the fellows are casting live minnows and picking up a few flounder. We may move over there a little bit later. We don't have any live minnows, but we may take a strip of squid, put it on a white bucktail, and see if we can catch a flounder. But for now, we're just taking it easy, laying back, and doing the best we can with these blooming northeast winds that just won't seem to quit blowing. Well, our soaking bloodworm technique has not been particularly productive. So we're going to crank them up, go over there on the inlet side and see if we can fool a flounder with a bucktail and a strip of squid. We'll see how we do.
And I got another fish.
All right, Don.
Oh, I know that was 18
No, that's still another small one. Yeah, I'm Don Burnett. I live up in Brush Hill Lane. Hello, family. How are you? Fishing as usual. And another small little fish.
And another little flounder.
Yeah. I'm gonna try to keep him from dropping off the side here, so I don't. I'm gonna try to keep my long shank hook saved his life.
Yeah. Now you're using your live minnows for these?
Yes, sir. Sure am. Got live minnows from a friend of mine down here.
And are you hooking them through the lips?
No, I'm hooking through the eyes, as a matter of
Through the
fact.
eyes?
Yeah. Hook them through the eyes, keeps them swimming,
Right, keeps them looking good.
keeps them lively.
Keeps coming in the right direction.
Exactly.
As we saw, these guys are all brought their live minnows, and I didn't. So I'm going to try and make an imitation minnow here. I've got a strip of squid and a white bucktail, and if I don't get in everybody's way and tangle up everybody's line, I'm going to throw that out there and see what happens.
Sundial. Sundial. That's what he is. He's a sundial. Oh.
See him. All right. Take him up to the measuring stick.
14 and a half.
15 and a half.
What's that? 15, wasn't it?
15 and a half.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Well, the fellows with the live minnows are steady catching. We had a nice keeper down there a few minutes ago, but squid and a bucktail ain't getting it, or else I don't know how to do it. Probably the latter. So we're going to pick up and head up to Seashore State Park and see what's going on there. All right, we moved our little fishing operation here to Seashore State Park. This area is known as the Narrows because, as you can see, the bay is very narrow at this point, the difference between Broad Bay and Linkhorn Bay over here. And we're going to just, for once, we've gotten out of the wind and we're actually warm. I can't believe it. But we're going to give it a try here and see if we can catch a spot or a croaker, speckled trout, who knows. But at least we're out of the wind and we're warm and we can lay back and enjoy it a little bit. Crab. Nice one. I'm so proud I can't hardly stand it. Went fishing and caught a crab. Pretty little crab though. Yeah. Goodbye, Junior. Well, our little fishing excursion here at Seashore State Park has been devoid of fish. We caught one crab, which we let it go. But nevertheless, it's a beautiful place to come. It's inexpensive. I think it's $3 a carload to come in. You got a beautiful little beach here, sun's shining, they're out of the wind, we're warm for the first time all day, and just an enjoyable place to come and fish. Now later in the summer there will be more spot and croaker, and then in the fall some speckled trout here, but today, hey, it was just a fishing experience. Now some other places where you can go in Virginia Beach for a minimum amount of money and still be able to catch some fish would be Lynn Haven Inlet. A lot of folks fish over there. You can also go down into Pungo, and there's some areas where you can access Muddy Creek and Hell's Point area. There's some fish in there where you can fish from the bank. And of course, for a few bucks more, while you can fish from one of the fishing piers in Virginia Beach, either the Lynn Haven Pier, the Virginia Beach Fishing Pier, or the Little Island State Park Pier. So there's a lot of access here in Virginia Beach. Even if you don't have a boat and a lot of money, you can still go fishing. We'll just try to do better the next time, that's all. All right, well, you can see there's a couple of places out there where you can go, and all you need really is the saltwater fishing license. Now, you don't need the saltwater fishing license at Rudy Inlet because it's on the ocean front, but you would need it at any place that's on the bay, and that's $7.50. But other than that, you can go out and have a good time for very little cost, very basic tackle. And like I said, just in the in the afternoon after work or school, you can go out and really enjoy yourself. Take the family, have fun.
Some really underrated places out there.
Yeah, exactly right.
All right, we got to take a break. When we come back, though, time to open up the scrapbook. Your pictures in Outdoor Scrapbook when we come back from Pungo. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Pungo. Picture time.
Absolutely.
We love it, so let's not waste any time. Let us open up the Outdoor Scrapbook and take a look at what everybody has sent us this week.
Here we have Andy Pickett. He is from Indiana, and he has a 20-pound, 4-ounce turkey. Andy was hunting with his brother Bud at Virginia Beach, and they were hunting at the Chimney Field Hunt Club, which is Ludenberg City, Virginia.
So I guess he got a good opinion of Virginia when he
I would certainly think so. It's a big, big bird.
Oscar Dunston of Gloucester sent us this 30-inch striper. He caught it and released it back into the Upper James near Dutch Gap earlier this month. He's 80 years old, and this, believe it or not, was his first freshwater trip. However, he says it will not be his last because he also caught a big old catfish.
He had a good day, didn't he? I'm telling you. All right, here we have Megan Henshaw from Verina, Virginia, age 8, with a 23-inch and 26-pound catfish. Huge blue cats, I'm telling you. She was fishing with her grandparents. Megan is in the 3rd grade at the Henry D. Ward Elementary School. Her grandmother, Dorothy Morris, sent in the picture.
Wow, that's all I can say.
Oh,
wow. Carrie Lafreniere, the Lafrenières love to send us in pictures. They're
Well, that's
from
because
Newport
they catch some
News.
great fish.
You darn tootin'. Well, this is a 35-inch and 20-pound striper. And they caught the surf fishing right here around Hatteras.
Right down on the Hatteras, probably somewhere near the point. And here's her brother, Jeff Lindsay, from Newport News, a 35-inch, 19-pound striper, also caught at the surf in Buxton.
We're going to have to go fishing with them pretty soon.
I imagine.
John Harris from Virginia Beach sent us in this 28-pound mackerel. He caught it in the Andaman Sea just off of the coast of Thailand last March. So, as you can see, we span the globe.
We span the globe. That's spectacular, too.
Yeah.
All right, here's Tom Kasich of Suffolk, a 21-pound turkey, 10.5-inch beard, 1-inch spurs, and that was taken in New Kent County. So it looks like somebody had some good turkey hunting this year.
Absolutely. Now, we also got a video in this weekend. We've asked people to send them in.
All right, we have this video sent in by Jimmy Cobb. It was taken aboard his boat, the Starship, and it shows Terry Berge Sr. fishing with his son, Terry Berge Jr., and the senior, Mr. Berge, has landed a 39-inch rockfish, a beautiful fish. This was during the trophy season, and then he also, on the same trip and the same day, got a 46-inch red drum for a red drum release. So a real good day on the Starship with Captain Jimmy Cobb and Mr. Berge and Mr. Berge Sr.
Welcome back to the show. It's hot product time. We got something for your boat, and we got something for your mind, too.
Yeah.
A little magazine action we want to give away this week.
Fishing Lines, it's put out by the state of Florida, and it explains all their fishing availability down there, what species you can catch and how to catch them.
Good bone fishing.
Yes,
down there.
good bone fishing in the Keys, absolutely
I'm sorry
true.
you weren't able to do that.
Me too.
Also, Salt Ponds on the Bay has sent us some great gift certificates. I believe it's, 2 free nights plus a 10% discount on any fuel you buy.
That's exactly right. So you can go over and spend a nice couple of days at Salt Ponds and enjoy your stay there in the boat. It won't cost you anything for the dockage. And you get 10% off your fuel, as you said.
Sounds good.
So let's draw some
All right,
names.
We're going to pick 4 winners. The first one here is for the magazine.
First one for the magazine. This is a pretty card. That would be Lee and Jamie Smith of Chesapeake, Virginia.
All right.
Now the next 3 will be for the Salt Ponds.
All right, here we go. I'm going to pick out 3 right here.
All right, get it done.
Triple up on us.
Yep.
Sandy Wyatt from Claremont. Congratulations, you have got 2 free nights at the marina. Frank Mucker, it looks like Mucker, from Smithfield. You have 2 free nights at the marina. And Glenn Algood from Newport News. Fishing forecast real quick, what are we looking at?
I think it'll be good. Of course, that's always dependent upon the weather, but
Right.
everything is here now. We've got the drum, we've got the stripers, we've got all sorts of fish in the bay, and the freshwater fishing is getting into a summer pattern. So I think it's going to be a good time to go fishing if we get a break in the weather. As always, that's always a crucial factor.
Yeah, it's high season then, basically.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Top of the year.
All right, well, we're going to go out and wet a hook tomorrow. You guys do the same and be careful when you do. We'll see you back here next week. He's Eric Burnley. I'm Bob Matthews.
Y'all take them easy.